area that you are all embarked on. And my hope is that through this recognition and through the awards that will be given out to the people who are making such outstanding contributions to the development of Digital India, that we will be able to motivate and encourage many other innovators, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders to really continue to power Digital India forward. Now, as the Honorable Minister, Shri Ravi Shankar Prasad ji said earlier today, digital technologies are like the oil of the 21st century. And it's interesting that he said that the digital economy should be a $1 trillion economy. Because I would make a more expansive claim. I would say that the Indian economy has already become a digital economy. And to draw a line between the digital economy and the rest of the economy today is very difficult to do. So in a way, our economy, which is a $2.5 trillion economy, is already a digital economy. And in fact, it will be digital technologies in a very important way that will drive forward our $2.5 trillion economy. So drawing that line between the digital economy and the economy is going to be very difficult. And one of the remarkable things that we've done as a country when it comes to Digital India or digital technologies is that we have been able to build industry-wide platforms. Industry-wide platforms that really enable us to deliver very unique and innovative and affordable services to all of India. And let me give you 3 examples. 2 that already exist, and a third that I think will likely exist. The first one I want to talk about is what has been called, and it's Nandan Nilekani who's coined this term, but it's a very powerful term, and it's the notion of the India stack for financial technologies. And so at the base of it, the foundation of it is of course Aadhaar, which is the foundation, and which gives all of us a secure digital identity. But linked to that are bank accounts and payment systems. And particularly with the Bhim app, which our government has launched and which has become widely used and is incredibly popular, we have created a digital payments platform, an India stack, that enables us to be able to do transactions online and offline in a very seamless and convenient way. And as the Honorable Prime Minister has said, after demonetization, we are remonetizing, but because we have built this India stack, we have built this digital payments platform, not only are we remonetizing, we are also e-monetizing. So remonetization and demonetization, it's not just currency alone, not just currency alone. And that is the power of this digital platform that has been created and will enable us to be able to deliver many other services. For example, very simple and affordable ways of delivering insurance to people. So the Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, Suraksha Bima Yojana can be linked to a bank account. You can get a digital Narega payment directly into your bank account, and that can be then used to automatically debit out your payment for insurance or pension and so on. So a number of other services can be put on top of the payments platform that we create. The second one, which I want to talk about as a digital platform and represents what Digital India is capable of, is what's happening with the digital traveler work that we are doing. Already in some of our airports, and in particular in Hyderabad and in Bangalore, it's possible now to use Aadhaar as a secure identification mechanism. So you can actually just use your fingerprints, swipe through the entry gate and go right through. And once we start to link up a variety of other things, so for example, your PNR with the Aadhaar number and then your boarding pass, then you can create a digital lane through an airport, and that can start as early as being at home and having a car come and pick you up, whether it is one of the taxi aggregators or whether it is a car service, whichever way in which you want to have the transportation service be delivered to you. Then that gets linked into your PNR, enables you to get to the airport, get off at the airport, just move right through the airport seamlessly with your boarding pass, and that enables a digital lane to be created for you as a digital traveler. Now, already many pieces of this are in place, and as time goes on, I think this will really come together very nicely as an overall digital traveler platform where a number of transportation providers will get linked together on this platform. And that's another way in which Digital India is taking shape. Digital payments, digital travel. Two very good examples of how Digital India can evolve and is already evolving. Now let me give you a third example which doesn't exist today, but I think could exist. And again, which would be a platform built through Digital India. And that is in electric two-wheelers. We are already the world's largest manufacturer of two-wheelers, of course running on petrol. But increasingly as solar energy takes off, as battery technology gets better and better and better, we will hit a crossover point where it will actually be cheaper and more convenient to have electric two-wheelers than petrol-driven two-wheelers. When that happens, you need not even perhaps need to own a two-wheeler. There may be two-wheelers available. You can just pick them up, swipe your card, get on the two-wheeler, use it, and as you're going along your way, depending on how many kilometers you use, you will have a pay-as-you-go system which will be linked to digital payments, and then you get off and you don't have to then use the motorcycle anymore. And in that sense, you can build a digital transportation system using batteries on a pay-as-you-go system where these kinds of electric digitized two-wheelers are available for you wherever you want it, and you can just use them as you need them as opposed to buying them and using them only for 3 or 4 hours a day. So these physical assets will then be utilized in a far more efficient way. And in fact, people are thinking about these kinds of applications when they're thinking about electric cars in the developed world. But in India, it may be more appropriate for us to think about these kinds of digitized scenarios for transportation when we think of two-wheelers, because those are really the mass market transportation alternative in India. But increasingly, as Digital India and digital technologies start to become more and more and more pervasive, these kinds of possibilities will become entirely feasible. I'll conclude by saying that just like mass manufacturing technologies of the assembly line drove the growth of mass manufacturing and drove the growth of several countries that base their economy on mass manufacturing, I sincerely believe that India's growth, Digital India's growth, will be driven by mass services, not necessarily mass industrialization. Of course, industrialization, manufacturing has a very, very important role to play. But what is unique and innovative about what we can do in India is to really unleash the power of mass services. And whether it is in financial services, whether it's in transportation and aviation, as I was giving an example, or whether it is in the use of energy, use of transportation through electric two-wheelers, I think these kinds of mass services available at a pay-as-you-go sachet-type way with this kind of unbundled, very, very simplified pricing will become a way to power our economy. And even as we power our economy and it becomes a $5–10 trillion economy, what we will be developing in India will be good for India and fantastic for the rest of the world also. And that's why, as Ravi Shankar ji said quite correctly, digital technologies, digital is the oil of the future. It is going to be the way in which we will power our economy forward through mass services, through the delivery of services on a pay-as-you-go basis, which will be truly transformational for India and transformational for the world. Thank you once again. My warmest congratulations for the terrific initiative that you have and the wonderful work that you're doing through Digital India.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ET Now Live. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ET Now.